If you're in an industry where you're being tipped, you're either serving booze or sucking. You're not doing anything.
A fellow Uber driver sent me this Adam Carolla clip, and he wanted to see my reaction. So let's jump right into it.
I have turned the corner and gone a different direction on this, and I think it's going to be wildly unpopular.
Yeah.
A lot of my opinions are wildly unpopular. But let's break it down. I think we all sit around and we go, yeah, these guys, these tips, leave them alone. Why that tip's their money? You know, why not their money? You get a tip. Why should it be taxed? These people are working hard, bartending, servers, whatever. Let them keep their money. It's a tip. And I would sort of like, in that camp, I went along with it. I was like, yeah, all right. Some guy gives you money. That's your money. That's your government don't need to get their hands on that.
So before I hear Adam's opinion, let me tell you mine. I think that all forms of income should be taxed. I don't think a tip or a bonus or a salary or a wage or paid by the hour or, I don't know, capital gains, whatever it is, if it's a form of income, it should all be taxed. Now, the tax rates can vary and there's deductions, and I get all that. But I do think that Trump and Harris during the election were basically just trying to buy votes by saying, hey, no tax on tips. And also, we all know that if you are giving someone a cash tip, half the time, if not majority of the time, they're not reporting that income to the IRS. It's already not being taxed. If I got a $5, I've probably gotten $500 in cash tips over the last 5 years, maybe $100 a year. I just put a round number. I don't even try to calculate it. I don't try to estimate it. Now, if I was a waiter or a waitress or doing some sort of other job, maybe I would be a little bit more disciplined in my cash tips, but it's a pain in the ass. So I don't mind the tip coming through the app, and I don't mind paying a tax on it.
But let's break it down. There's a thing that bothers me with tipping, and it's always bothered me, in that when I was at the end of my carpentry career, I was making $15 an hour, just flat rate. And I drove a truck. I had tools. I had a lot of tools. Like, you got to have your own arsenal of tools, expensive tools. And, I would show up. I knew how to build cabinets. I knew how to build whatever it is. And I'd come in and I'd work. And I'd work, 8 hours, and it's $120 a day. And then taxes would be taken out, And I had like 10 years of experience. And then my roommate worked as a bartender, like Tequila Creek or someplace. And he'd come back at the end of the night. He'd work like a 4-hour shift or a 5-hour shift. By the way, getting phone numbers, talking to chicks, making cocktails. He'd come back with $180 worth of cash, and I'd be like, you don't have a skill. Making pina coladas is not really a skill. I have a skill. I drive a truck. I'm busting my ass. I'm up at 6 a.m. and whatever. I'm reading blueprints.
Yeah.
And you're making more money than me, and you're coming back with phone numbers. I never came back off a job site with a phone number.
Yeah.
And I was always jealous.
There it is. I was always jealous. The idea of comparing different jobs and wages is complete foolishness. It's easy for anyone to create a podcast. You have an iPhone, I have an iPhone, anyone can do it. There are people like Adam who are just better at it. And so they earn more money than someone who doesn't. And in fact, I bet you Adam makes a lot more money as a podcaster than he's ever made as a carpenter. And we can agree that being a carpenter is probably more skilled, more, dexterity and talented or whatever it might be. And it's physically more demanding than being a podcaster, but a podcaster makes more. So when he says he's jealous, yeah, okay, go. It's like when people would say, go learn to code. Well, hey, Adam, when you were a carpenter, why don't you go learn to bartend? And the other part to this, when he says that all he did was serve drinks, there was no skill involved. That's not the point. That's not the point. The bartender, the waiter, the waitress, the whoever, the Uber driver, were providing an experience. So yeah, our job is to pour a drink or to drive a car or whatever it might be, and that's it. It's the additional stuff that goes around that is the service that is being tipped, if that makes sense. So just looking at the bartender in his scenario right this second, he's saying, hey, all you did was pour a drink and getting girls' phone numbers. That takes that's good. That's why he's getting tipped. He's good at it. Me, 50 some odd year old man, I would probably not be tipped as well as his roommate. He brought that bartender, his friend at whatever tequila place, brought an experience that people wanted to reward him with. They were excited to see him. I can imagine this bar full of maybe beautiful women, and he's going around and dancing to the music or whatever it is. And because you can drink alcohol at your home. It's the cheapest way to drink. You don't have to go to a bar. He's right. Pouring a pina colada is probably not that complicated. I've never done it, but I assume it's pretty easy. You go to a bar for the experience. And that's why drinks at a bar are so much more expensive. And that's why other bars are even more expensive than other bars. You can go get cheap alcohol and drink and get drunk at your house. You go to a bar for the experience and you're tipping for that experience.
And also they had cash, and then you get a little older and you go out with the boys, and you go to a nice steakhouse and you order some drinks and maybe a bottle of wine or something, and the thing comes to $600, $700, $800. I mean, I've been out with William Morris guys at sushi places and stuff with the company card and stuff. I've gone out and spent $2,000, and then you're working the tip out, you're like, okay, let's see, 10%, it's 200. So, 400. Give her $500. It's always somebody at the table drunk, like it's because she's hot.
That's exactly the point. He's tipping more, or him and his buddies are tipping more off of a $2,000 bill, which I think other than like maybe my wedding reception, I've never spent $2,000 on a meal. I don't have Adam's kind of money. But him and his buddies are saying she's 23 and she's hot, so we're going to tip her just a little bit more. Like that's the experience. Men love when women, especially good-looking women, kind of like, make us feel special. And so we're paying a little bit more. I feel that's probably why men go to prostitutes or whatever, because you're like, oh, wow, this woman, I assume they're, I don't know, pretty or whatever, but they're like, they make you feel a certain way, and you're tipping for that experience. That's why I assume, and Adam's, he's going to tip the ugly dude like me less. He's probably going to tip guys like me less because I'm not a hot 23-year-old. He's making a point that I'm trying to make, and we'll get to it.
23-year-old hot chicks, but she's working 6 other tables too. We're not the only people in the restaurant. She's got other tables. You talk to chicks who've done bottle service and shit, they're walking out of there with thousands of dollars. I mean, on a good Saturday night, some NBA baller comes in, gets the bottle service. Fuck that. Tax the shit out of it. Why the fuck? I'm fucking on a roof all day. I'm fucking on a roof getting $15 an hour from the government. Everyone's like, tax the shit out of that, bro. Tax him up good. What have I just said? Hey, man, I'm working hard. I don't want to be taxed. People will be like, fuck you. You're getting taxed. So 23-year-old hot chick who's walking out with big handfuls of fucking cash over doing nothing all fucking night in air conditioning. And by the way, you work in a field where, what the fuck? The bottle service. All right, it's $1,000 for a bottle of what? Vodka? Yeah. You're getting tipped based on just bringing a bottle out? And also, what's the difference? There's jobs where nobody tips. You work behind the grill at a McDonald's. I work behind the grill. I never got a fucking tip.
Exactly, Adam. when you worked at McDonald's, when I worked at Jack in the Box, we didn't get tipped. And the reason why is we weren't providing experience. We're literally just flipping burgers. In fact, when you go to McDonald's, you don't even see the person cooking the food. They're not providing experience. And the people at the counter are not providing an experience. McDonald's does not give their employees this kind of like carte blanche to provide each individual customer that comes into that restaurant some sort of custom experience, some sort of personalized like way to go, wow, I'm so glad I'm at McDonald's. And that person at the counter was really amazing and friendly. Their job is literally just to give you the food. And the reason why you pay more to probably get the same quality, man, I'm sure there's a little bit better, but whatever. Like the level of quality you pay for food at a restaurant is not indicative of the price. It's like you're paying more, not just for the quality of the food, but you're paying for the experience. And I'm telling you, when I was a fryer guy at Jack in the Box, yeah, I wasn't part of the experience. So that's why you don't get a tip.
See, just some hot chick who walks around, drops off drinks, or there's a bottle of wine, and the bottle of wine's $300. You're just getting tipped on that versus a bottle of wine that's $18 or $31. Same bottle, same cork, same thing, same whatever. Fuck you. Tax the shit out of them. Tax those tips.
Wildly unpopular
free
opinion.
fucking money. Why do you guys need more free money? And by the way, if you're in an industry where you're being tipped, you're either serving booze or sucking dick. You're not doing anything. You understand? You don't have a skill. We don't need you. You're just bringing people shit. You don't have a skill. I don't care. You're bringing people food. That's not a skill. You're making a drink, or you're giving a rub and tug, or whatever you're doing. It's not. You're in. If you're in a business that gets tips, you're probably hurting humanity. You are either bringing them booze or dealing blackjack.
Yeah.
You're doing something.
There's some.
All right, so I've heard enough from Adam, and I get it. He's a comedian. He's stretching, for laughs and for clicks, and okay, fine. But I think the sentiment, what he's trying to express, is really common. And let's talk about a couple of things. Number one, yes, all forms of income should be taxed. Number two, just because somebody isn't in a skilled job doesn't mean they shouldn't be tipped. It's not the quality of their skill set. Yeah, a brain surgeon doesn't get tipped and a waitress does. And the easy answer here is it's common sense. But to provide more insight on why the waitress gets tipped over the doctor is because the waitress is providing an experience. You don't go to the doctor for an experience. You go to the doctor for some sort of like I don't know, you're a service, but you want the brain doctor to cure whatever's in your brain. Whereas the waitress, you go there for the fun. You're going there for some sort of enjoyment. Now, okay, why does this have to do with Uber drivers? Because I'm an Uber driver and I do earn tips. And not every ride do I earn a tip. I've provided bad service, and I'm never saying you should tip for bad service. But what I make is not relevant to whether you should or should not tip. It's not like you've earned enough money, you don't need a tip now. I mean, who are you? So it's not about what I make. It's, did I provide an exceptional service? Should I earn a tip for that? And we're not talking like bottle service at a bar or something like that. We're talking like $1, $2, $3, $5. I mean, some really long rides I might get like a $10 or even a $20 tip. But I'm not talking like I'm making a lot of money off of tips on your individual ride. The bottom line is an Uber, I provide a custom service for every single passenger. My job, what Uber and you have paid me for, the baseline pay, is to get you from point A to point B safely, right? As fast as possible within the letter of the law. But the type of car that I have, the music, if you ask me to change the music, if you want me to turn the air conditioner up or down, if you want to drive with the windows down, if you want to go ahead and get on the phone, because you can't be in my physical car and be rude to me. So if you want to be rude and get on the phone and start talking really loud and have me turn down the radio so you can get on the phone, That's fine. I'll gladly do that to provide. That's an over and above service. That's where you tip. Hey, here's $5. Thanks for letting me take that business call or whatever. That's what you're tipping for. Again, I'm getting paid as an Uber driver to get you from one place to the next safely. But if my car is cleaner than other drivers, shouldn't I be compensated for that? If for whatever reason you want to talk and have a great conversation, fine, I'll do that. If you want to ask me what the best restaurants are in the area, fine, we'll go through that whole scenario. But that's me going over and above. You don't want to listen to whatever I have on the radio? That's fine. That's fine. That's where the tip comes in. You didn't pay for that service. And so I'm providing something that's over and above, and it's exceptional. And if you feel like I didn't provide you exceptional service, I would hope you would tell me, like say, hey, I would really like for you to turn the radio down. Okay, fine. But then tip for it. But you can't say the radio is too loud. Don't say anything to me and then complain either. Tipping is an amazing way for you as the customer to give you power over this level of service. It's a great thing. And it empowers me to go over and above for you. If that transaction is all like every Uber driver makes the exact same, the level of quality would then drop because then it's a race to the bottom. But I get in my car and I pull up and I see you. I'm like, okay, there's another passenger. Let me kill it for you. I want to make it amazing for you. Whatever it takes, I want to make it amazing for you. Yeah, so that's the thing that's most difficult is if I go ahead and I try to make it an amazing experience. I do everything I can to just, whatever you ask, you want to take a different route, you want to stop over there real quick to grab a pack of cigarettes, I'll load your bags. Sure, whatever you want the car set up to be. I just got done getting it cleaned. I've done everything I can to give you an amazing experience that I'm not technically being compensated for. Then not you, but maybe other passengers. I had it happen just a couple of days ago. This lady, she gets in my car and she falls asleep and she's snoring and, but I'm trying to give her the most smooth possible ride I can. And then she gets out of the car. She's like, that was amazing. I would love to tip you. I didn't ask for a tip. She just said she was going to tip me. She didn't tip me. And that's the thing that's so disheartening. So when a guy like Adam, who's really good at what he does as a podcaster, I'm sure he was a great carpenter too, goes off on tipping, and he uses this tax on tip as a kind of a proxy to wage his war against tipping for whatever reason. And the clip is longer. You can watch the rest of the YouTube video. I'll put the link down here, but why? Adam, you got yours. Don't be going after people that are on the low income scale trying to hustle, provide an exceptional service for tips. And you don't have to go out there and dogging it out. I work for tips and I'm not providing any sexual experiences for my passengers. And I don't think my passengers want that from me. I don't think they look at a 50-year-old dude and they're like, oh my God. No. Oh. So I don't know. What do you think about tips? Where are things at? Is tipping culture out of control? Do you tip your Uber driver? And if you're an Uber driver, do you feel you do things that are exceptional that are warranting some sort of tip? Let me know what you think. Hey, Uber drivers, please be safe out there. Know that I'm cheering for you. Be well. Bye.